Let's go. We're back with another condensed Go game speed match, and this time we're going to talk about not giving up. You don't want to give up. Don't give up on your dreams. And in this case, the dream is winning the game, so don't give up on that. We're going to go for the win. So let's get right into it. I'm playing as white. Black is 11k, I'm 9k. And he goes first, as black always does. Each take a corner. And we're just going to fly through the first 50 moves. And we'll take a break right there and pause. What do we got? All right. Let's check the opponent's territory. He's got the upper left-hand corner. He's got the upper right. Not probably going to be his. He's got this nice little chunk there in the bottom right. And another little group in here, a little bit undefined on the top. Something like that. I guess add those in there. So he's got 4 groups. He's in decent shape. What do we have as white? So we got the left-hand side. This is looking pretty good. Nice big chunk there. Got a bit down at the bottom here, bottom left. We got a little group here, kind of in the middle, getting squeezed. And we got 2 here, assuming we'll probably play out here somewhere and get a nice little box, something like that. But to be determined, we don't have much there yet. So carrying on, let's see how this plays out. All right, a little bit of action up in the right-hand corner. Just like we talked about, I play on a line out here, and that kind of gives me that little box. This group is new, looking all right. Still got the one on the left, looking pretty good. Bottom left, also decent. This one, haven't really touched it. Hanging out. Oops, and continue. That's an important move. He jumps out there. And all of a sudden, first of all, look at his territory, right? He's got this bottom right-hand corner, but he's got another group over here, and he's showing that he wants to bridge that gap, right? He's jumping from one group to another, and he's trying to circle my group. And what do? Absolutely nothing. I ignore it and put him into Atari up there. We have a little battle. Carve up some space up at the front. Up at the top, I should say. Pause it again right here. We're about 80 moves in. Right now, black's got a slight edge in terms of advantage. Kind of a coin flip of a game at this point. And I still haven't addressed it. This little group down here, it's not looking very good, right? I have no eyes. I have, I can run it this way, but I'm slowly getting pinched off. This whole right-hand side starting to get eaten up. I'm almost wrapped up, right? He's almost got a full perimeter around these guys. So keep an eye on that group. Do some battling up in the upper left there. Okay, I'm just gonna back up one. There we go. He takes another move to bridge those 2 groups, right? Right, he's got the bottom, he's got the left, and he's trying to cut across and complete that circle. That puts me in a lot of danger. Right now, if you just take a snapshot of this situation right here and these black stones and where my white stones are, that does not look good. We're pretty much wrapped up. There's nowhere to go. Not a lot of space to make eyes in there. But maybe there's a chance. When I try and sneak out, he tries to seal me off there. Fair enough. As kind of a plan B, sometimes it's all right to put pressure on the stones that are surrounding your group. And then in this case, I got 4. I can kind of cut that 4 off by playing there. I like that move because then you're putting him on the back foot and then you're giving yourself a chance. So I'm putting the pressure on those 4. Maybe I can make something out of that. Oh, but he peeks his head in. I gotta block him off. Oh, then he seals up the bottom as if to say, hey, there's a bit of space down here, but you know what? No longer. That's a solid wall right now. Not much of a chance I'm going to do anything against that. Try and peek through, just to put the pressure on, not much. All right, same thing at the top. He's got this wall. We're trying to peek through. If we can just squeeze out, we can link up to this group over here. We can go up to this group, over to this group, but we got to get through this wall of black stones, and honestly, not looking good. He cuts it off. So right now, the only direction this group can go is to the right. There's a bit of space over here. Starting to look like maybe we can get an eye in there. We need 2, don't forget, but that's a start. He's trying to peek in there to get me to stop doing that. Going to the right, we'll just play this out. Put him in Atari. Nice. Put him in Atari again. Okay. We got a kill. So we got our first eye in here. Either one of those. Technically not both, but that's an eye. Probably not going to get one there. Probably not going to get one there. This group right now looks dead. You know, I can't run it this way. I can't get through here. I can't run out through the top. I only have one eye. Right now, I would say, yeah, black's given the advantage right now. If we just check the score, yeah, look at this. If we do a computer simulation and get the AI's interpretation at this point, this is all black. He says white is dead in there. And that's probably the game, right? If he gets that, black's up by 28 points, give or take. But what did I say about this game? We never give up. That's the whole point of this one. So, back to the game. There we go. We're about here. Okay. Now, carry on. What do we got to do here? Take any chance we can get. I push in. Anytime we can cut him off and put him in a situation where having Atari followed by another Atari, that we want to do that. Because he doesn't do anything. Look at that. He lets me... He deals with these two stones by playing up here. But this guy I can put in Atari. These two can be an Atari. There's some pressure points here. Put him in Atari. Take a stone. He tries to put the pressure on. I put him in Atari again. Come out. Look at that. Look at that. These two stones are now dead. Which means I have one eye here. And I'm going to get another eye up here. This is all connected now. This is all going to be one group. Remember how dead that looked? There was no outs. But I kept going, kept pushing, and I got the pressure on the left hand, or sorry, on the right hand side there. Let's back up and check that out again. Skip ahead a couple here. So whenever you can start doing this, whenever you can start putting pressure on his individual stones or groups of two, that's when you can start to exert a little bit of force and you can guide the play a little bit. I'm putting the pressure on this stone. It's kind of by himself. I can get the second stone on him. I got 1, 2. So that means the next play, if he doesn't address it, which he doesn't, I can force him one direction or another. Put him into Atari. There we go. He's got to come out, which he does. But now this stone is in trouble, right? Because I have 2 on him. I can put him in Atari there. And the next move, which I do, he tries to stop that. But, of course, I take him. And that's the beginning of saving this. I get the first eye. Now, reassess. He doesn't look like he's got a lot of vulnerable spots, but... These 2 stones not connected to anything. This one not connected to anything. These 2 not connected to anything. And this is kind of a line, but it's weak. It's, you know, nothing's really touching. You can isolate a few of these. I could isolate that stone or that stone. So he's got some weak points, even though he does kind of on the whole have me circled up here, right? Next couple moves. What do we got? He puts me in Atari. I ignore it because whatever. There's no point saving it. At this point, I think, you know what, maybe I can squeeze through. That's my only sort of opportunity. Maybe he'll take the stone down here and ignore that. Doesn't happen. Forces me to come back in to save that stone. But again, he's got 2 that are not connected, 2 that are not connected. We can isolate those. He plays there, which is kind of a funny play. He probably, I'd say a mistake on his part. He might as well have played here. Because then he'd have a link of 5 stones in a row and just makes it, you know, infinitely stronger. There was no need really to play back one. It's kind of a strange play. And it gave me the opportunity to play where he should have. And exactly what we were saying, in isolating these 2, not connected, these 2, not connected. This one's all by itself. And with one move, I can put these 2 into Atari. Right? Because he ignores it. And he plays up here. He wants the safe move to try to link these up, which fair enough, because I could play there. I could cut these 2 off and then just kind of ladder back into this one and then probably kill something off. So fair enough. There was something to be said with that move, but he ignored these 2, which I put into Atari. He, of course, backs off to save them, but then I put him into Atari there. Take 1. Now he's on the back foot, right? He's playing catch up. He's... you know, he doesn't have the upper hand here. I put him in Atari again. Forces me out. you know, he can't ignore this stone. He's got to take that one up, but then it gives me a chance to connect up. Now those two are dead. They have nowhere to go. This group in here has way more liberties than those two, which has 1, 2, 3. So I can outlive this battle if we're trying to kill each other off. I can kill him in 3 moves. My big group has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 liberties plus. So those 2 stones are dead. Seal them off right there. He backs off. We play a little bit of monkey business there in the middle, and then that little exchange is done. And guess what? If we check the estimated score now, these are not given to black. Looks like that's going to be white territory. That's what we're talking about. So this group is actually all one big group now. Connect those up, right? All right, back to the game. We can skip through the rest, but the whole point of this was this group here down here, it looked dead, right? But you don't want to give up. If it looks like there's a chance, maybe you can fool him into something, you can set something up, you can kill off one of these outside groups, but it's too often that I see people give up on a game too early. It's, you think you're dead, but you know what? You can focus your attention on another area of the board and kind of start to push from behind, something like that. Come in, steal some space, kill a group off, and give yourself a second chance. A lot of these things, they're not developed. You know, it's not done until it's done. It ain't over till it's over. And we just skip ahead to the end there. And ended up being a long game. We both passed at move 215. And let's check the score now. White by 70. That's a lot of points. But then if you imagine this group in here, that's like 30 some odd points. If I had given up on that and let him take it, that would take 30 off my score and give him 30, which would bring that down to a 10-point differential. And then we got a game, right? But it's because I managed to get that group to survive just long enough, make it work. I get 30 points out of it, take 30 points away from him, and that's where you end up winning by 70. It should have been his space. Maybe I could have won without it, but it's nice to have that buffer if you can take it, right? So, because what did we say? The dream of the dream of the dream? No, the dream that you don't want to give up on in this scenario is winning the game. You don't give up on your dreams. You want to win the game. Sometimes you got to resign, but you know what? Sometimes it's worth fighting for. Anyway, I sort of fumbled the bag at the end of the game, but what are you going to do? Solid video, and we're done. See you in the next one. Let's go.